Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 30 Days of Yin Yoga. Today is our last day of our 30-day journey together. So I just wanted to take this quick moment to say thank you from me and Echo for joining along with me and everyone else that's embarked on this journey together. I hope you really enjoyed it and maybe learned something new about yourself, about yoga, about yin yoga, whatever it is. I hope it's something that you can continue to take with you after this month and as you continue forward. So, with that, we will get started with our last practice of this 30 days of yin yoga. And today's theme will center around compassion for ourselves and others. Go ahead and grab 2 blocks and a bolster or similar props today for our practice. And we're going to begin an extended child's pose. Bring your big toes to touch, open your knees out wide, send your hips back in space, reach your arms out long in front of you, and allow your forehead to rest on the earth. Beginning here today in extended child's pose, bringing our body back to that childlike essence of ourself, coming back into ourself, coming back into our space, especially somewhere like child's pose where our body is so physically connected to one another. You're supported by the earth and your eyesight is only just in front of you, and so we're not distracted by that is around us. We get to really begin to connect back to ourselves in this pose. While maintaining a similar position with the rest of your body, just go ahead and begin to walk your hands over to the right side and off your mat. We find wandering child's pose here. As we wander to one side and find stillness, continue to cultivate that connection back to yourself, but maybe you begin to think how the connection that you create here, you can begin to extend to others. How are you similar to others? How are you different? But what are those similarities that you can find and see in almost everyone that can help begin to cultivate that compassion, that selfless compassion, unconditional love for other beings? Slowly begin to wander your way now off to the left side of the mat as you find that deep stretch into this pose on our left side, continuing to surrender to our space, connecting back to ourselves, and just connecting our movement and thoughts with an intention of compassion for always yourself first, because your cup needs to overflow in order to have that compassion for others. If you have no compassion for yourself, or your cup is empty, how do you expect to be able to show up for anyone if you can't show up for yourself? Now, slowly wander your way back to center. Find that neutral spine. Begin to just slowly ripple your body forward. Press firmly into your forearms. Extend your legs long back behind you. You find Sphinx pose. Your shoulders are stacked just above your elbows just slightly out in front of you. And then press firmly into your forearms and pull the earth towards you, kind of like you're trying to launch yourself forward. Feel that space that is created in your chest. Continuing to press firmly, having a firm, strong stance here. Feeling your strength, feeling how much compassion you have for your mind, your body, your soul, how you can show up for yourself here. And then in turn, how that will allow you to be able to show up for others, show up for those that you love, and show up for those that maybe you don't even know. And with a firm press into your palms, begin to straighten your arms. We find seal pose for these last 2 minutes. Feel any tenderness in your lower back, just take it down to Sphinx. You can also go ahead and maybe squeeze your glutes here to protect your lower back. Don't push yourself, just find a full extension. Just as you shouldn't push others outside of their comfort zone. It's one thing to challenge yourself and push yourself, but it's also important to acknowledge when that pushing and challenging isn't beneficial and it's harmful. Gently melt your forearms down. Go ahead and grab your blocks. I'm just going to press myself up really quickly, well, slowly but quickly, and grab my blocks since they were behind me. Place them in front of me. We're going to find dragon pose. So send your right foot to the top right corner of your mat, and your left leg goes long behind you. Maybe you stay up on your hands, or maybe you take it down to your forearms. Your right toes are at about a 45-degree angle out to the side. Your back leg is long back behind you, and your toes point back behind you, and you fully begin to surrender here. It's a nice deep hip opening pose where the hips don't lie. They like to hold a lot of pain, stress, trauma. So whatever comes up here for you, allow it to. I invite you to stay and breathe through it rather than coming out of it because it's uncomfortable. You have compassion for yourself here to stay with whatever comes up. You'll be able to show that compassion for others and show and see that what comes up for them, what they're going through, has nothing to do with you. As humans, we care a lot more about ourselves, and we care in the sense of we think about ourselves a lot. And our reactions are rarely because of other people, and they're more so because of maybe that stored emotional energy that we haven't yet released. So maybe you find some of that release here today. Slowly begin to press your way up and just gently send your right leg back behind you. We switch sides. Bring your left leg out to the side. Point your toes out of that 45-degree angle. Extend your right leg long behind you. Maybe you pause at your hands, noticing maybe some differences in the sides of your body. Maybe you're able to take a little bit further on this side. Just acknowledging how the sides differ without judgment. And if you're able to acknowledge whatever comes up without judgment in a physical aspect, you'll be able to extend that to yourself slowly, maybe emotionally or mentally. Once you get that down or get some practice with that, maybe you're starting to be able to extend it to others as well. And slowly press your way up and send your left leg back behind you. We'll just gently come to sit on our butt as we come to find dragonfly. So extend your legs wide out to the side, as wide as they'll open, with your toes pointed up to the ceiling. Find length in your spine on an inhale, then on that exhale, melt your body forward. Maybe you use your blocks here to create a little tower for your head to rest on. And just fully begin to release here. Maintain that your toes point up towards the ceiling, so if you need to come out a little bit or maybe shorten how wide your legs are, go ahead and do that. It's showing compassion to ourselves through showing up and meeting ourselves where we're at, rather than pushing and strong-arming something because you can do it. And just because you can do it doesn't mean you always need to do it or should do it. And gently press your body up and send your blocks just off to the side for a moment. We're going to recruit them for the next pose. Extend your legs long on your mat and then gently roll your body back. We're going to find extended bridge pose. So press firmly into your feet to lift your hips up and go ahead and grab 1 block, 2 blocks. Maybe play around with the height here. Place them just under your sacrum. Find where you don't feel any tension in your lower back. Extend your legs long, one at a time. Extend your arms long back behind you. You find extended bridge pose here. Fully surrendering to this openness, this expansion. Allowing yourself to be open, to receive, and to also give. Mindfully begin to bring your limbs back in towards the center of your body. Lift your hips and send your blocks off to the side. We're going to find snail pose, so remain on your back. Bring your hands by your side. Lift your legs up to the sky and then press into your forearms and send your hips up in space. Send your feet back behind you. Maybe your feet reach the earth. Maybe they dangle in space. Play around with where your arms land here. Maybe they support your lower back. Maybe they extend out long onto your mat and pressing your palms into the earth. Coming back into yourself in a similar yet quite different iteration from that child's pose we found at the beginning of our practice today. Make sure that you do not move your head side to side in this pose. If you need to move your head, come out of it to protect your neck and spine, and then move your head. Maintain that your chin is by your chest. And close your eyes or find a nice gentle gaze just at your center. And continue to breathe here, having love and compassion for whatever your body looks like right now, whatever is coming up for your body right now, and staying with that for the next few minutes. If you aren't already, extend your arms long onto your mat and using them as brakes, begin to slowly ripple your spine down onto the mat, vertebrae by vertebrae. And allow your legs to slowly lower down to the earth. So we find our last pose today, Shavasana. Extend your arms out to the side and allow your palms to face up in order to receive some energy. Feeling fully supported by the earth beneath you, feeling the effects of your practice and whatever thoughts, feelings, emotions came up for yourself or others, and sitting with those here in stillness and silence. And this is where I will leave you today. Feel free to stay as long as you would like or as long as time allows. Thank you so much for practicing with me again today. The light in me bows to the light in you. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow. And this is where I will leave you today and to end our 30 days of Yin Yoga. As always, please feel free to stay here as long as time allows. Thank you again so much for embarking on this journey with me and everyone else. I will see you all again very soon. The light in me bows to the light in you. Thank you. Hariom Tatsit.